My name is Kimberly Rodriguez, and I am the CEO, owner, and consultant of Action Over Words Group. We provide hand-holding and intensive services for assisted livings, group homes, anything that focuses on resident and human care. The main thing that people come to us for is they're usually having challenges like with the zoning, HOA, SUP, or advisory boards. All of the complications that exist with actually being licensed. Life safety, fire code review, regulatory oversight, medication protocol, things like that. What happens is you've got all of these different parts all trying to communicate, but all in various different languages. My background, when I go there, I'm able to answer all of those questions. I'm able to talk to regulatory officials in the regulatory tones. I'm able to speak to those healthcare professionals as well as address everything as it comes from a real estate owner. My background and experience is unique. Right, I was born and raised in senior living, and then I was a state inspector, and then I dealt with the real estate pieces of it. So it's very rare that you're going to find a state inspector that's a consultant. If they are, they're probably retired. So I sat in those seats for a long time. So I understand and I know what's allowable and what's not allowable. We kind of have this hashtag that says we don't lose, because we've done probably 14 in the last 12 months, and we've never lost. And I'm always open for a challenge. So, but I always tell people you can't win. Thank you so much for allowing me to be able to present today. My name is Kimberly Rodriguez. A little bit information about myself. I was born and raised in assisted living. I am a national certified regulatory professional through the board of NARA. One of the most important people in my life was my nanny. And I spent so much time with her, and her thing that she focused on and pushed was your word is your bond. So if you don't keep your word, that's your reputation. Action over words really stems from that. You said that you're going to do it, you do it. Put the plan in place and follow through with the action. I love advocating for the clients as well as the seniors, which kind of is a piece of why my heart is so devoted into it and senior care. I spent a lot of time around seniors. That's who I could communicate with. That's who I spent time with consistently. Seniors couldn't hear, I can't hear. So in terms of, because I'm legally deaf, and a lot of times people will say, well, you don't look deaf, right? But what does disability look like? What does a disabled person look like? When I was born in the hospital, I contracted spinal meningitis, which ultimately resulted in me losing my hearing over the course of a number of years. They're going through tons of different testing. And one morning I woke up and I could not hear. And I'm super confused, and started moving around and I couldn't hear anything. And then I was like snapping. Let's see if I could hear something. And I'm doing the other ear. And I'm like, hold on, it's like there's something in my ear. I'm trying to sit up there and try to figure out. So I have bilateral hearing loss. I don't hear lawnmowers. I don't hear fireworks. Of course, not doorbells, sirens, absolutely anything. What I can hear is low tones. I do solely lip reading. When that happened, then I kind of started to pull back. I kind of isolated myself. I didn't want to go anywhere, didn't want to have conversations because I really couldn't engage. It was hard. I know how it feels to be disabled, I know how it feels to want to be normal. I didn't have any support. It was 2 years of pure struggling. Just being full exhausted. Full exhausted of just everybody thinking you're just you're just not worth anything. So people can't be treated like this. And at that point, I really had to learn to adapt really quickly. I became raw. I never meant to to create a company. It was the advocating for myself that gave me enough push and kind of put me where I am right now. Who's supporting the ones that can't get the support? Who's advocating for them? It was real estate investors coming to me and saying, hey, I have this situation, this hurdle. And I said, okay, what's our next action steps? What are the next steps we're going to take to ensure that we get to this end goal? Education and training is a very large piece of what we do, because you don't just talk about regulations, you show people how to actually implement it. You show them how it should be done. I focus on resident-centered care, and I'm a certified trainer for resident-centered care. Success to me is just saying that you never gave up, that you pushed past that hurdle. The future for us is definitely going to be expansion. We have now touched 32 states. But anybody can say you're a consultant. However, what does your program show? How much does your staff know? We're just looking to continue to grow and broaden our e-learning courses because it brings value to communities. It truly helps communities thrive. I'm looking for Action Over Words to be one of the top leading assisted living consulting firms, and to ensure that all of our clients truly get what makes us unique.